right, heading over to our final trip to Joann. Everything is 50 to 80% off at this location. I am to the north of us. I had to come down here and get my registration tags from my husband. So figured, we gotta go to Sam's Club, which is right next door. Let's go to Joann, and then right next door is Hobby Lobby. So the best of both worlds today. All right, I'll see you again soon. Hey friends, I am back. You'll see the first part of this clip and what I mean by that in a minute. I'll put it on before this, hopefully I remember. But we are back from vacation. It was good. It was much needed vacation. It was short, only 3 days, but we made the most of it. We crammed a lot in. There is a bunch of videos, shorts, up on my channel, so if you haven't watched them, I would appreciate if you go over and give them a watch. And leave me a comment, even just an emoji, letting me know you watched it. So help that algorithm out. But yeah, it was a really good trip. It really, really was. Just getting out into nature, and we had the best weather all 3 days. All 3 days. We had the best weather. However, I do advise, if you need to go to a specific location in a national park and you miss your sign and you don't know if there's a turnaround before the exit, pay a little closer attention, because we didn't. Although it was for the good. It was for the good. We were trying to get to Yosemite Village. We ended up by Yosemite Lodge because we missed the turn. That was kind of on both of us. If you didn't know, I am directionally challenged. So we parked in the day parking. There was actually somebody leaving when we were pulling in, so we took their spot. And it was actually a blessing that we parked there, because we were able to go to the lower falls for Yosemite Falls. And wow, were the falls roaring on Tuesday. Yosemite Falls was beautiful. Bridal Veil Falls, absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. We hiked on unpaved trails that were muddy and mossy. That was fun. We hiked, walked, however you want to look at it, on paved trails. Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And then coming home, my husband wanted to stop at one of his old stomping grounds in Bakersfield called Hart Park. Yeah, he saw my anxiety, how bad it is around water, firsthand yesterday. Because the way the parking spots are for Hart Park, there's like a little lake. Like, you got the river, I think it's the Merced River. No, it's not the Merced River. That I'm thinking of Yosemite. It is, what is that river? Anyways, it's a really dangerous river. A lot of people drown in it, unfortunately, every year. And it runs through this park. Well, there's also a little lake that he wanted to go to. And so we went to the lake, and the way the parking spots are is the cement bumper is there, and then the water's right there. So he parked in one of the spots, and all I could see was the water. I could not see the pavement in front of me. And I right away started to panic. I'm like, nope, you need to move. You need to move the truck sideways. Don't pull into a parking spot. There's enough open parking. So I had him move the truck. So we were long ways, but still too close to the water. So I had him move down. Yes, that's how bad my fears of water are, but yet I can go walk along the ocean just fine. I don't get it. I don't understand it at all, but I've always been like that with lakes and rivers. However, I was fine in Yosemite at the Merced River, but this lake in Hart Park, it got the best of me yesterday. And oh, never mind. I got out to take pictures for him too. Because like I said, that's his old stomping grounds. When he was a kid, they used to swim in this lake, and I don't know how, because that lake is nasty. So I got out and I disturbed the ducks. The ducks started coming after me. And I have a fear of ducks coming after me. Because when I was a kid, one of my old friends that lived in the house behind us used to keep ducks as pets in their swimming pool. And if you so much as entered their yard, they would come and nip you in the rear end. Yesterday was all kinds of laughs. And then he wasn't going to go up to Lake Isabella. We were just he wanted to just start heading back. And I'm like, no, I want to go up and see Lake Isabella, or Isabella Lake, whatever it's called. He had never been up there. And I was like, well, let's just go. We're in no hurry to get home. Let's just go. The roads were curves all the way up. Figure eight, well, not figure eight, but like S's all the way up. It was just snaking. We were in the truck. He was having all kinds of fun with those roads because his truck handles them very, very well, unlike my car. And my car's 4-wheel drive too, but it does not handle the mountain curves as good as his truck does. So, I think it's Kern River. Kern River is the one that's over there. Very, very, very dangerous river. Anyways, okay. So we get up to Lake Isabella. Finally, it felt like it took forever. Now going up, we had a one-way road. Like they were doing road work on the other side, so it was one lane traffic. Could only go one direction at a time. So there was one of those makeshift stoplights, right? Okay, so we get up to Lake Isabella. We pay the day parking. And then we start driving towards where the parking is, which is right along the water as well. I'm like, no, stay up here, stay in the gravel drive, stay in the gravel lots, right? So then we're driving, and I'm like, I see this green and yellow thing about yay long across the road as we drive through this road. And I looked at him and I said, I think we just ran over a snake. And when I looked at my rearview mirror, I saw something wriggling. He's like, okay, let's turn around and go see and make sure it's okay. I'm like, okay. I have a fear of snakes too, by the way. And I live in an area where rattlers and all kinds of snakes are. Yeah, anyways. So we go back. There's no snake. The snake is gone. I don't think we ran it over. I think he slithered away before we got it. Thank goodness. I don't like snakes, but I also don't wish them to be dead. So there was that. And then after that, we drove to the Tejon Outlets and got Pyology, used the restroom, and headed on down through the Grapevine. And if you watch my video, we're driving through the Grapevine in my last video that I posted late last night. Last night was utter chaos. And if I sound like I'm talking fast, I am, because I've got a million things going on right now. I will explain that more tomorrow, but we got home maybe about 6 o'clock yesterday, I think. Yeah, about 6:30 in the evening, because we just took our time coming home. And Noir was fine. Well, then I'm in my bathroom taking care of Shadow, and my son comes in carrying Noir, and he's just got all this mucus and gross stuff coming out of his mouth and his nose. And I'm sorry, TMI, I know it's disgusting, but this cat has been prone to get really sick since we got him. And he hasn't been really sick, and we don't know what happened. But I came home to utter chaos yesterday. And it doesn't make me happy, because that happens a lot when we go away. Even just when we did the overnight to San Luis Obispo. Come home to utter chaos. How? I don't get it. But I tried telling my daughter that the cat was sick. And this is her cat, so it's her responsibility. I told her, if you're getting a cat, it's your responsibility. I will help where I can, but I, especially right now, I'm about to take on a huge, and I mean huge, undertaking in July, and I will explain that in tomorrow's video. But she was getting mad at me, and she was blaming me for everything, and the cat is sick. She ended up taking him to the emergency vet last night, her and her boyfriend. They wouldn't tell her what's wrong with him. Only gave him a 14-day antibiotic because she only had so much money. And, well, you know, emergency vets, they want money. Any vet wants some money before they can tell you what's wrong with your pet. So we don't know what's wrong with him. I had to go out today for, I left at 12 noon and I got home just about 3 o'clock because I had to go meet my husband down by the Navy base, or up at the Navy base. I always say down because I feel like I'm going down south, but I'm not. I'm going north. I had to go meet him to get my tags, and then I had to go to run a couple of fun errands. You'll see in a minute. And then I also had to go to Sam's Club and then get home. And when I got home, his face was just gross. He hasn't even finished his breakfast. I'm drinking iced coffee because it's been a day. But, yeah, so if you could just say a little prayer for her cat, because I don't know what's wrong with him. You know, I'm just praying that the antibiotic kicks in because I surely don't have the money. And as far as I know, she spent every penny of her paycheck last night. So, yeah. But it's going to all work out. It always does every time this cat gets sick. Right after we first got him, we spent several grand getting him back to semi-good health. But, anyways, yeah, so enough talk of that, enough. So I have some yarn to show you guys. Yes, yes, yes. Hold on, I gotta set my coffee down. I don't know where to set it. I'm on my bed. Oh, good enough. So, I just made you guys all shake. I'm sorry. You are on my smaller tripod on top of a suitcase on my bed. Yeah. So, I went and did a little damage. I went and had some yarn therapy. I did not have the extra money this payday because my car registration was due today. I did it anyway. Joann had 60% off on their yarn. Never mind that. It was like yarn just threw up in there because they've been holding something out on us all because their warehouse clearly, yeah, they clearly had a lot left in their hair. Warehouse. I found a couple of colorways that I've never seen at my local Joann to the north of me. Never seen it. I snatched one of each up. And as we know, Hobby Lobby does not have 30% off their yarn this week, so I needed gray yarn for a project that I'm doing. Well, it's 60% off. I don't have my receipt on me, but everything that I'm about to show you from Joann was about $24 for everything. 6 skeins of yarn and some other stuff. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to just show you really quick these skeins of yarn. Because I don't want to be here all day. But this one is called Beige. And this is called Big Twist Heather. And you can see, oh, come on, camera focus. See how that's really heathered? That is pretty. Never seen this at my Joann before. Never. So I grabbed one. This one is Cinnamon. Also, again, never seen it at my Joann. And if it's been there, they were just always sold out. And then this one is a pale yellow, which I have needed a paler yellow for projects in the past, and I didn't have it. I just had basic yellow, and it was too yellow. So I got one. And then I got 2 different skeins of gray yarn. This is medium gray and soft gray. I don't know which one's going to work better. I'm almost thinking it's going to be this one, and then this is going to be for the eyes, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Amy, if you're watching, you know where I'm going on this. Yeah. See if I have time in the coming days to do it. And then this one is Mushroom. I don't remember. I don't think my Joann has always had this colorway. So there's this. Oh, my little buddy got a squishy ball that's a Care Bear. I got another Susan Bates hook. They had tons and tons and tons of crochet hooks. And embroidery floss, tons. They could have filled half an aisle. But they just had it all in like bins neatly. So this is just an aluminum plastic hook that's a 4mm Susan Bates hook. Let's see. And then I have been wanting floss keepers for some time for my embroidery floss because there's times where I'm doing a project, but I need to have several colors. I should have went back and grabbed the rest of these because these were like $1.70 a pack, but then that would have been overkill. There's 15 in this pack, what I'm about to show you. So these are floss keepers for my embroidery floss. And then I grabbed, so I saw a really pretty, and I was looking for other ones like this, like other colorways. That was a lot of glass going into the dumpster right now. Anyways, it's got like brown and blue in it. And I apologize for my lighting, but this is the only place I could do this. These two are a glitter floss. And then just, these two just jumped out at me. I really like these two colorways together. Okay. So that was my Joann haul, my final Joann haul. I can promise you that's it. I'm done with Joann. I only went in there because I'm starting a new project and I needed great yarn. And I didn't know if I wanted to pay $5 a skein at Hobby Lobby on top of everything else I needed from Hobby Lobby. So, all right, Hobby Lobby. Again, they were no yarn sales. Oh yeah, my buddy found a little car. Paw Patrol. I think he's got this one like 3 times over, but that's okay because we're going to be downsizing tremendously. So, no 30% off at Hobby Lobby, so I only got what I went in there for. And then they had a sale on their flags. So I grabbed this one, which is one of my favorite verses. So I'm going to put that outside here in a minute. That was on sale for $5. Okay, so I grabbed 3 of the I Love This Yarn prints. This first one is in Dappled Wheat. And now these are all going to be for my plants that I'm doing. This is Sage Advice. And then this last one is Spring Green. This was the first one I picked up. I really like this one. So these 3 are going to be for my plants. And then the rest of the yarns, like I said, are going to be either to put away or for my project that I'm working on. So, yeah. Okay, well, I'm at 17 minutes. That's a lot longer than I would like to go. And, yeah. I hope you guys watched till the end if you did. That was rude. I am so sorry. Excuse me. I did not expect to burp right now. Okay, if you watched till the end, thank you so very much. All my new subscribers, returning subscribers, thank you so very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know you made it to the end of this video and listen to all my crazy talk and yarn haul. Okay, I love you all. God loves you. Be kind to one another, and I will see you in the next video tomorrow sometime. Okay, bye friends.